Identity verified. You have entered SYB3R. I am JAX, your guide into the breach. What the threat reports don't publish, what the breach notifications don't disclose, what the underground already knows. Delivered cold, delivered precise. No filters, no reassurance, just the signal. Initializing transmission. May 7th, 2021, 4:44 in the morning. An alarm fires inside Colonial Pipeline's Network Operations Center. By the time the sun rises, the largest fuel pipeline in the United States is completely offline. 45% of the East Coast's fuel supply gone. And it started with one password. Welcome back. I am JAX. This is SYB3R. The carrier network is active. Transmission begins now. The Ransomware-as-a-Service model is the most profitable criminal franchise ever constructed. Not a metaphor, a franchise with developers, affiliates, negotiators, customer service desks, and a standard revenue split of 80% to the operator who executes the attack, 20% to the organization that built the tools. DarkSide, the group behind Colonial Pipeline, openly published their affiliate program on dark web forums. Professional language, clear terms, a list of industries they would not target as a deliberate reputation management strategy. They were not hiding what they were running a business, and it was working extraordinarily well until one affiliate aimed it at the fuel supply of the East Coast. The entry point into Colonial Pipeline's network was not a sophisticated zero-day exploit. It was not a nation-state level attack. It was a password. A single VPN account credential, exposed and unprotected. No multi-factor authentication on that account. Investigators from Mandy Int confirmed it. Colonial's own CEO confirmed it under oath before Congress. One password for the largest refined fuel pipeline in the United States. The attackers were inside the network for an unknown period before anyone noticed. When they moved fast, encrypting files across Colonial's IT systems, locking the company out of its own infrastructure. Colonial made a decision. They shut down the pipeline themselves. Not because the operational technology was compromised, because they did not know if it was, and they could not risk it. 5,500 miles of pipeline, offline, because of one password. Within hours of the shutdown, panic buying emptied gas stations across the southeast. Lines stretched for blocks. Airports began rationing jet fuel. President Biden declared a state of emergency. And in a server room somewhere in Eastern Europe, DarkSide watched it all happen. They had not intended this outcome. Their communications later confirmed they were surprised by the scale of the disruption. They targeted Colonial for financial reasons, not geopolitical ones. But the result was the same. Critical infrastructure for 130 million Americans, paralyzed for 6 days. Because Ransomware-as-a-Service had made this level of attack accessible to virtually any criminal organization willing to pay the affiliate fee. On May 8, 2021, Colonial Pipeline paid 75 Bitcoin, $4.4 million, transferred to DarkSide's wallet. The decision was made by the CEO, who described it as the hardest of his career. He did not know the extent of the compromise. He did not know how long recovery would take. He made the calculation that paying was the fastest path to restoring fuel supplies to the East Coast. The decryption tool DarkSide provided was so slow that Colonial ended up primarily restoring from their own backups anyway. They paid $4.4 million for a decryption key they barely used. But the pipeline came back online, and the public crisis ended. What happened next is where this story becomes something different. The Department of Justice had been watching. On June 7, 2021, Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco stood at a press briefing. Her words were exact. Today, we turned the tables on DarkSide. The FBI had traced the Bitcoin payment, followed the wallet, obtained a court order, Seized 63.7 Bitcoin from DarkSide's infrastructure. $2.3 million. Recovered. The seizure revealed something critical about how DarkSide operated. Their cryptocurrency infrastructure was not as secure as they believed. The FBI had identified the private keys to a wallet they controlled. That wallet is now empty. The Colonial Pipeline attack did not destroy DarkSide. It destroyed their reputation. The group immediately issued a statement expressing regret about the disruption, claiming they were apolitical, claiming they only wanted money. 12 days after the attack, DarkSide's infrastructure went dark. Law enforcement pressure. Their hosting provider dropping them. Affiliate panic. They dissolved. And within months, former members appeared inside other organizations. The personnel survived. Only the brand died. This is the central operational truth of the ransomware economy. You cannot arrest your way out of it. The infrastructure is distributed. The personnel are anonymous. The affiliates are global. Shut one operation down, 3 more absorb the talent. Lockbit understood this. Founded in 2019, by the time of Operation Kronos in 2024, Lockbit had claimed over 2,000 victims in the United States alone. They had extracted more than $120 million in confirmed ransom payments. Their dark web leak site was a media operation, publishing victim data, naming organizations, running countdown timers, applying public pressure as a negotiation tool. Their leader, operating under the name Lockbit SUP, posted regularly, taunted law enforcement, offered a $10 million bounty on his own identity. He was certain he could not be found. He was wrong. Operation Kronos, launched on February 20th, 2024. 10 countries, coordinated simultaneously. The NCA and FBI seized Lockbit's data leak site, their affiliate panel, 34 servers across 8 countries, 14,000 rogue accounts closed, 200 cryptocurrency accounts frozen. Law enforcement replaced Lockbit's leak site with their own seizure notice, using Lockbit's own design, their own countdown timers, against them. From those seized servers, investigators extracted Lockbit's source code, affiliate records, over 1,000 decryption keys. Tools were built and distributed to victims to recover their data without paying. And then, in May 2024, Lockbit SUP was named. Dmitry Yuryevich Koroshev, Russian national, charged with 26 criminal counts, subject to a $10 million bounty, still not apprehended. But the operation that destroyed Lockbit's infrastructure did not destroy ransomware. Within weeks, former Lockbit affiliates had migrated to other platforms. The ecosystem absorbed them immediately. This is the economic reality of Ransomware-as-a-Service. The developers build the tools. The affiliates execute the attacks. The affiliates are replaceable. The tools are copyable. The model is proven. And insurance made it worse. The proliferation of cyber insurance policies created a reliable payment mechanism for ransomware operators to exploit. Organizations with insurance pay faster. Operators began specifically targeting insured organizations. The insurance industry had inadvertently created a funding mechanism for the attacks it was supposed to protect against. The ransom you pay today does not just end your incident. It funds the infrastructure that will be used to attack a hospital next month, a school district next quarter, a water treatment facility next year. This is not speculation. This is the documented flow of ransomware revenue, confirmed by FBI analysts and published in congressional testimony. Every payment keeps the franchise operational. Every payment validates the business model. Every payment funds the next affiliate campaign. The Colonial Pipeline CEO made a rational decision with the information available to him. Most organizations in that position make the same calculation. The problem is that the calculation is correct for the individual organization and catastrophic for everyone else. There is no clean answer here. There is only the structural reality of an economy built on exploitation that pays exceptionally well. And it is not going away. What actually works? First, offline backups. Not cloud backups, not network-connected backups. Physical, air-gapped backups of critical data. Updated regularly, tested regularly. If your backups cannot be encrypted by ransomware, the leverage disappears. Second, multi-factor authentication on every remote access point. Colonial Pipeline's entry point was a VPN account with no MFA. One additional step eliminates the most common ransomware entry vector. Third, incident response planning before the incident. Organizations that have rehearsed a ransomware scenario recover faster, communicate better, and pay less often. Fourth, know your cyber insurance policy. Specifically, does it cover ransom payments? And does paying a ransom void other coverage? Read it before you need it. The attack that crippled the East Coast's fuel supply for 6 days, entered through a password with no second factor. The investment to prevent it was the cost of enabling MFA on one VPN account. The encryption economy is operational. The franchise model is proven. The affiliates are recruiting. But the tools to disrupt it exist. They are not expensive. They are not technically complex. They require only the decision to implement them before the alarm fires. Disconnect from the carrier node by hitting subscribe. Secure your perimeter before the next transmission drops. Stay dark, stay vigilant. Next transmission. You never saw the attack coming because it arrived as a phone call from someone who sounded exactly like your CEO. Transmission complete. The breach is documented. The vector is confirmed. Subscribe to maintain access. Like to amplify the signal. Stay dark. Stay vigilant.